I think the short answer is you can't unless you prioritize this in your life. I had that question. I asked myself that question every day. And I didn't listen to the question and I didn't seek answers until I was forced into that position. You need to take a break. No human being can continue working from morning till night responsible for everybody else. You know, you put fuel in your vehicle in order to run that vehicle. If you burn up that fuel too fast or too intently and your car will stop in the middle of the road, you need to refuel it, you need to refresh it. A mother needs to refresh, women need to refresh, men need to refresh. Because of the nature of a mother's work and the kind of no obvious starting point, no obvious end point, you know, you go to bed at night, doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to be woken up in the middle of the night again by children. You have to actively plan. I would encourage women to take breaks where they can. Now you might say, yes, but the kids are with me all day long, how can I? Use nap times, children's nap times, to refresh yourself. I would encourage you to take an hour out in the day, and that seems, wow, that's impossible for me. But it actually is not, because I don't know if you've heard of the concept of the she shed. It's this lady who builds this shed out in her yard and she paints it and she makes it all nice and she goes out there for the hour and nobody else is allowed to come near that place. And she does whatever she does, whether it be read or peace and quiet, and she comes out refreshed and ready for the next task. So I'm going to suggest a she hour, and you have to be creative. If you're exhausted, then you need sleep. But I would also encourage you to use it to refresh yourself with something you enjoy doing. Maybe something you haven't done in a long time and you used to enjoy doing it. Hobbies, crafts, even a sport, even going out for a walk. With little children, you can use your play yard, or you can put a gate on their bedroom door so that they're there and you're here, and there's this almost like physical barrier. They're not out of reach, but you're free to do something distinctly different from responding all the time. It may be you need to enlist the help of a friend to come and drop by regularly to give you that hour to go and do something. The key thing about this, though, is do not use that time to surf the internet, because that itself is a hugely mentally exhausting, intensive process. I think we've all tried an hour of relaxation. You open your computer and suddenly you see email, suddenly you see Facebook, suddenly you see the news, and you're again in this task-orientated responding mode. So computer and technology, phone switched off, put it away. Use that hour to do something for you. If you've flown on an airplane, you know that they tell you, if you're sitting with your child, put your oxygen mask on first and then your child's oxygen mask. Refresh yourself first so that you are then able to minister much more effectively to everybody else. And it'll generally be a much happier you and a much happier home.